We all know José Rizal, the brilliant mind whose death ignited a nation's flame. We know Andrés Bonifacio, the fearless founder of the Katipunan who raised the cry of freedom. But what about the heroes whose names were never carved into marble? The men and women who vanished into the shadows of history, yet whose sacrifices built the foundation of Philippine independence. This is their story. Before Rizal's execution, there was already a storm brewing, not in the grand halls of Manila, but in the secret meeting places of Tondo. The Katipunan, a brotherhood sworn to fight Spanish rule, was formed under the cover of night. Unknown to many, it was not just Bonifacio's brilliance that fueled this movement. It was the silent work of nameless men and women who risked everything to spread the word of freedom. Spies and informants. They hid weapons beneath market goods, sent coded letters in embroidery, and smuggled information across checkpoints. Without them, the revolution might have collapsed under Spanish intelligence. Their courage made every battle possible, even if their names never made it to textbooks. Julio Nakpil, a composer and revolutionary, wrote the first national anthem long before the official one we know today. His songs were not mere notes. They were coded messages of rebellion. He fought beside Bonifacio, surviving battles and betrayal, proving that resistance could exist not only in the sword, but in the song. While battles raged in Manila, the revolution spread north to Bulacan, Pangasinan, and Ilocos. Unknown couriers carried secret messages through forests and rivers, chased by Spanish soldiers. Some never returned, their bodies lost to rivers, yet their loyalty became the lifeblood of a growing rebellion. Known as Tandang Sora, Melchora Aquino was in her 80s when she opened her home to the Katipunaros. She fed them, nursed their wounds, and offered wisdom that fueled their spirits. For her kindness, she was arrested and exiled, but never once did she betray the cause. Her courage lit the hearts of younger revolutionaries. The death of Rizal wasn't the end. It was a spark that turned grief into fury. Bagumbayan became sacred ground where the blood of heroes watered the seed of freedom. Many more were executed there, teachers, priests, and farmers, their names erased by time, but their courage immortal. The Katipunan's initiation was more than ritual. It was a covenant sealed in blood. Recruits swore to die rather than betray the movement. This unbreakable bond kept the revolution alive even when leaders fell. Betrayal was death. Loyalty was glory. Hidden beneath houses and farms were printing presses that produced revolutionary papers like Kalian. These papers spread hope, anger, and the truth. Every printed word was a bullet fired at oppression. The Spanish tried to silence them, but the ink of freedom never dried. The dream of unity began to crumble. Bonifacio was accused of treason and executed, not by Spaniards, but by fellow Filipinos. It was one of history's darkest moments, brother against brother, ideals consumed by power. Yet even in betrayal, the revolution refused to die. Aguinaldo's leadership brought victories in Cavite, but at a cost. The revolution's unity shattered. Still, his strategic mind led to the Declaration of Independence in 1898. But even then, the true heroes, the couriers, the mothers, the nameless fighters, were absent from the stage of glory. After independence, many revolutionaries were left with nothing. Some were imprisoned, others executed by their own leaders. The fight for freedom had freed the land, but not its people. Still, their faith never broke. They believed freedom was not a gift, it was a lifetime sacrifice. When the guns fell silent, women became the silent rebuilders. They educated children, cared for veterans, and preserved memories of war. Without them, the revolution's spirit would have vanished. Their lullabies carried the stories that textbooks forgot. Today, we celebrate the great names, Rizal, Bonifacio, Aguinaldo. But behind them stand thousands of forgotten heroes. Every unknown grave, every unrecorded name is a reminder freedom was not won by one man, but a nation that dared to dream.